To me, of crashing it, the party's being crashed at least as far as outlier thought or comedy, which to me is always bred on saying things once in a while that are unmentionable by social media. It reminds me of the old movies days, like a Preston Sturges movie where there's a cop behind a billboard just revving the motorcycle, waiting for you to go by at 5 miles over, and then boom, he's in the rear view. That's social media now. All you do is you put up something that you think is funny, and you can go through the 5 stages of grief in one day. You get caught at 9 o'clock, you have to supine yourself and apologize at 10, 11, they might let you up, you apologize again, by night you're back on. You know, it's a brutal taskmaster as far as comedy goes. I don't think it's good for it.
I don't, you know, I do think the apology part is the sort of paying the terrorists who abducted the CNN camera crew. Like, I believe you can manage people's actions. Mm-hmm. I really do believe that, I mean, I know that if you have a policy of we don't pay off hostage takers in the Middle East, then there's not as many kidnaps. And the more you pay them off, and the payoff is the apology. And if you apologize, that is basically the people who want you to apologize are just feral cats that are sort of roaming around alleys and jumping into yards. And your apology is a saucer of milk. Mm-hmm. And if they get kind of used to that saucer of milk being there, they'll spend a lot of time in your yard. If your saucer of milk is just a turd, they really stop scratching around. Like, once you get it out there that I just don't apologize, they stop asking.
Yeah, because you have seen some people who have caved, and boy, they're going to face it for the rest of their life, quite frankly. I agree with you, once they know that you'll cave, so it's probably best to set it up front that I'm going to say some things. I'm a comedian. I know Joan did that, right? I watched that Joan Rivers documentary, and she was pretty adamant about that. It's jokes. And
no, I mean, it's a human. It's weird because they think they want. You think they want the apology for the statement, but you're also wondering about the statement because the statement was a joke and it seemed kind of benign. Mm-hmm. So if you really just distill it down to its elements, they want an apology over a statement that was a benign joke. So why do they want that? And then you realize, oh no, they want an apology. And then what they want is you in a sort of on your heels and a kind of subservient fetal position. And so that's what they want. The statement, they don't care about either. As a matter of fact, most of the people that want you to apologize for a statement say, I'm not offended, but I'm not, I'm not part of the Iroquois tribe who I will be offended on behalf of. So it's really the apology that they want, so don't give them what they want.
Yeah, I remember when I used to live in Studio City, I'd go down to Ventura Boulevard, and there was this one homeless cat who would never use the crosswalk, and he would just saunter, and he would take his time. And I remember thinking, this brother has no power in his life except due to the California traffic laws. He can go as slow as he wants, anywhere he wants across Ventura. Most cops aren't going to give you the jaywalking ticket, and he shut the whole thing down. I remember he would be walking. I sometimes think that's what these people who wield the power on the internet. It's their only source of clout.
Right, and my thing is, are you interested in getting to the other side of the street? And if so, why are you just turning around and going back from whence you came? And it's the power of controlling you. And then also the sort of allure of controlling someone who may be a little higher up the food chain than they are. And in that particular case, there's not many people lower. Although it was a kind of a quaint time when your town got assigned one bum and you knew who he was.
Right.
Now it's all just a Soylent Green, stacked like cords of wood, humanity. Yes. Think about just the one hobo, it was Otis from Andy Griffith. It was like you knew who your town hobo was, and now there's just piles and piles of humanity.
Never miss a beat. Subscribe to Larry King now and watch new episodes every day.